you doing? My name is Anthony Nolan. I'm the state representative for New London's 39th District, and I have the great opportunity of being at SCADD at 47 Coit Street in New London, Connecticut. And SCADD has been in New London for quite a long time. And I want my guests to introduce themselves, starting with the ladies, please.
My name is Yuseka Camargo. I am a recovery coach / the administrative assistant for the detox for SCADD.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jessica French, and I'm the marketing manager here at SCADD.
My name is Jose Ortiz, and I'm the transportation specialist here at SCADD Detox.
I just want to thank you guys for coming before us. It is great that we can give the community a little bit of education about SCADD. So first off, can you explain and tell people the acronym? What does SCADD stand for?
So SCADD stands for the Southeastern Council on Alcoholism and Drug Dependency.
Okay, and do you know off the top of your head how long SCADD's been here in New London?
So we were established in 1966. This program, I'm not exactly sure how long the building's been here, but we were established in 1966. So we've been in the industry for quite some time.
Okay, and could you explain to those that are watching, what do you do at SCADD? How does SCADD help our community?
Well, it provides a place for people who are looking for help, serious help, to receive it. And we take anybody from anywhere. We get people from everywhere and just help them here with the detox and to move on to the next step, which is continued treatment to another program.
Okay. And is there a length of time that people get help for that would be helpful for people to know?
So for this location, it depends on medical necessity. This is our withdrawal management, formerly known as detox. So normally it ranges from about 5 to 7 days, but we can keep folks longer depending on how they are handling the detox.
Okay, so is detox the main purpose of SCADD?
Yeah, for the most part, I'd say detox the main purpose is to get them here, make them aware that people care and there's something else besides that, just to get them out of their environment, help them clear their head a little bit. And the main goal is to have them move forward somewhere else, but here is to maybe just get them off whatever they're on, alcohol, drugs, medication, whatever.
So there's a collaboration with other agencies once they leave here?
Yes, detox withdrawal management is a stepping stone. So they come here and they're here for 5 to 7 days, and then we can help them continue their treatment, go to another program, and there's programs everywhere. But they would come here first, and it's the same number for because this is the withdrawal management. But we also have Lebanon Pines, which is our men's residential. But the number to reach any SCADD facility is the same, which is 860-447-1717. And to get in here, you would reach extension 1 to speak to our central access.
So the typical process is they would call the number, or is there a hotline too that they would call, or is it just that direct number?
To get directly to SCADD, it would be that number, the 860-447-1717, and they would speak to one of our representatives and do a screening. And if they meet criteria, they would get scheduled and then come here and start from here and finish their detox. And the counselors that we have here, the clinicians and the recovery coaches and the counselors that are here, they all work so hard, and the nurses to see what works best fits for the client to where they would like to go from here. It's just a stepping stone.
Okay. So it sounds like you have in-house staff then, instead of sending people outside of SCADD that will help them within the building.
Mm-hmm. We have clinicians and recovery coaches who want to send you where you best fit, where you feel like works for you, and coordinate with the other program and get you to there.
Okay. And so a typical processing when someone comes, can people walk in if they have an issue that they need help with, or do they have to call first?
We do accept walk-ups, but they would still need to call because it's a central access, so they would have to call and do a screening over the phone. But they can walk up, depending on what time, because central access is there till a certain time. If you do walk up here, we do the screening. We could do the screening in person.
Okay. So if someone's in SCAD, they get a room to sleep in, and could you explain what things they get? Do they get food, and
So-
how's that work?
So when they walk in, they get clean sheets, pillow, toothpaste, brush, whatever necessities, cosmetics they need. They have breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. So we get a lot. They get a lot. They get we try to make them as comfortable as they can be while they're here.
So kind of like a homey set.
Yeah.
Homey set.
Yeah. Plus we're like, for example, like me and Juseka, for example, when they come in, we tend to like build with them, talk with them, and just make them feel comfortable.
Okay.
You're uncomfortable, and a lot of people that come through, it's hard to pick up that phone and say I need help, and then to walk through those doors and just sit there, it's hard. So the first thing we want to do is make sure that you're safe and that you feel comfortable. Like what they said, they eat 6 times a day. We have snacks, lunch, breakfast. They eat a lot, and it's we hold 20 beds in this building, so it's not too many. So it's comfortable. We try to make it feel like it's a comfortable setting for
Yeah.
clients.
Okay. And is it men and women both in this building? And how do you separate them?
It is co-ed, so depending on the census, depending on how many clients we have here, that's how we arrange the rooms. Sometimes we have more men than women, and sometimes we don't have men at all, we just have women. So it all depends on the crowd. Again, recovery hits everybody different times, So yes, it is co-ed, and we just arrange it by how many people we have here.
Okay. So what are the things you do to try and comfort those who are coming in here? I mean, because like you said, people might hesitate. So, what are some of the things that you would do to help them be more at ease?
So for me, I work the front desk. I'm probably I'm the first face that you see. So,
Okay.
and I know how uncomfortable it can be. So honestly, just speaking to how you doing, like how you feeling, and if depending on how you're feeling that moment, if you want to just cry, then you just go, I'm here to listen. Just being there, you're present, just being there, knowing that there's somebody there for them. That's the main thing, know that you're not alone, because you are not alone.
So people don't have to worry about if they're emotional.
No.
Not at all.
There's nobody they're going to have to worry about clowning them or laughing at them, because sometimes in society people make fun of you for trying to get the help that you need. So are you saying that people won't have to worry about that here?
No, I'm saying people are going to be people. We get people from everywhere. We can't control people, but we do not tolerate that. You're here for help, and that's what us as staff are here to do, is to help you, and we're not going to tolerate that. No disrespect, because everybody's journey is different, and we don't know where you're coming from. We don't know your background, so we want to make you feel as comfortable as you and everybody else, every other client that's in here, staff and clients as well. Both.
Yeah. So sounds like it doesn't matter if they're black, white,
No.
Hispanic.
No.
At the end of the day, the main concern that I feel that we have here is when they come in to feel comfortable. Like a lot of us, I feel like we understand how it is to come in here, like Juseka said, the pain, the hurt, the sorrow. So, like, for example, like they see her when she first comes in. She puts a smile, it lights up the room. I walk in after, or when I finish doing what I'm doing in the morning, and I make sure I identify her. I walk around, I try to shake everybody's hand, see how you're doing, talk to them, because I want them to know that, like, none of us in this building feel like we're better than anybody else. Like, we identify. Right?
Okay.
I have personal experience in certain areas of my life that I identify with them. So I get it, so I try to talk to them, watch behaviors, and we see how they are. And if something was to happen about the bullying and stuff like that, like she also said, we don't tolerate that. And then that's something that our superior to take care of. But we make sure they're safe, make sure there's nothing wrong going to happen, and we have a clean environment, healthy environment, and we also understand that sometimes, like, it's hard to come off the street, man.
Yeah.
And get there.
So sometimes people come off the street and they're not successful. Can they come back? Is there something that stops them from returning? Because coming off the street is hard. So to come to a place to try and get help and not be successful is kind of like a deterrent for somebody to maybe not come back. So they're welcome to come back if it doesn't work.
They are, and I think that's what SCADD stands proudly on their core value of second chances, and we understand that it's a disease and it might take 1, 5, 10, 100 times, and that attitude of you're welcome, that, you know, community, we're here for you, that's super important to us. And that's what, if it's not their last time walking through our door, that's what we want them to leave with, is that they have a place that they can come when they're ready or they want to try again, and you'll be greeted with a smile on your face when you come to that door.
Well, that's good to hear. What about people who smoke? I mean, is there a courtyard for them to go and smoke in that can separate them from those who don't smoke? I mean, is that a possibility?
Yep, so obviously there's no smoking in the building.
Right.
But we do, recently we did reinstate our smoking policy here at SCADD. So folks are able to go out for cigarette breaks with staff. They are supervised, but they are able to go out, and even if you don't smoke, if you want to go out and get some fresh air, because 5 to 7 days, you know, looking at the same walls, sometimes folks get a little stir crazy. So being able to have the sun, you know, hit you or smell the fresh air, so we do have a nice outdoor courtyard that was recently redone for our staff, for our clients and staff.
And the clinicians, they actually try to take the clients in outside when they do groups, because we have groups. The clinicians do groups, and the recovery coaches do groups. Sometimes they do try to take them outside, especially on sunny days, to get that air, to feel like, because you're in here and you don't feel normal. So you to go out and get some fresh air and be out there and just, you know, it's just nice to see them. Yeah.
And how's the fellowship between others that come? You know, do they get to mingle amongst themselves, or do they have to stay separated? Do they get the opportunity to meet the others and build friendships and relationships?
Yes, they actually do build a lot of friendships here. So, because it's, I believe it's like 5, 7 rooms. There's 3 beds to each room, and if you choose to be in your room the whole time here, that's fine. But we have a TV area. We have a game room. A little library section. We have mats if you want to do yoga. There should be a radio. In the game room, we have puzzles and things to keep you entertained. We also have the recreation coordinator, I believe her name is Lynn. She comes, I believe it's like 2-3 times a week, which is amazing. I love when she comes here and what she does for the clients, the crafts that they do, and to see them just get really involved and just, you know, get out of their own way and just be in that. It's just amazing.
So it sounds like people aren't restricted to having to be by themselves. And there sounds like quite a bit of activities that go on. You know.
So community is really important to SCADD, and, you know, we believe that we can't do this alone. You know, and so if us as an agency can't do this alone, we know our clients can't do this alone. You know, building a community for our clients is super important.
Okay. Now, what about challenges that you know, people have to expect to happen? You know, when you get placed in your room, you know, is there things that, you know, people are challenged with, you know, while they're here?
Yeah, depending on where you're coming from and you know, your background and where you're coming from. Being placed in a room with 2 other individuals you don't know where they came from, it can be uncomfortable, but 99% of the time it's fine. It's just getting used to, and it's temporary. That's what we try to remind the clients. You're here temporarily. It's not forever. Just get your 5 to 6 days done, and don't worry about it. But I mainly try to worry about yourself, because you're here and you make friends, but this is your recovery. You need to fight for yourself. I understand what they're doing, but you need to fight for your recovery. So,
sounds like a little bit of focus. You want them to focus on the things that they have to
100%.
deal with and handle.
And that's one thing with the staff here too. We're going to tell you how it is. We're going to say it with tough love, but we're going to tell you what it is, because reality is people are dying left and right every second out there. And so we're here to help, but we also need you to know it's life and death. You leave here, you decide to leave here, it's your choice, but it's life and death. You will possibly die, you know, and we don't want that. That's why we SCADD is second chances, and if you need to come back, always.
So before we close out, can you just inspire someone that might need help to come and get the help?
So it's obviously an individual decision and you have to make that choice. But I think one takeaway is that we're here. We're going to answer that phone. You're going to be greeted with a smile at the door. And, you know, SCADD is very proud because we have folks in recovery that work for us. And Second Chances is not only for our clients, but our staff as well. And, you know, sometimes knowing that you having folks work for the organization that have been where you are, but can also show you the other side. But I think we're here. Our number, again, is 860-447-1717, extension 1 for central access. You could walk up any time of the day, correct? You say that? Any time
of the day.
Middle of the night, you can walk up and someone will answer that door for you.
And if you can't get here, they'll figure it out and we'll go get you.
Yep, we'll pick you up.
Transportation.
Yeah.
Transportation, we will pick you up.
One of our biggest goals, I feel like, is just to have them get here. And once they get here, like, we'll be more than happy to talk to them and give them understanding that we do know. Like, a lot of us, like, we have our lives out there. I'm sorry, I have a life out there, and when I come in here with the purpose of letting people know, like, lead by example. Like, look, man, it's rough. You're gonna go through certain things, but who you were before you walked in these doors won't be the person you are when you leave these doors.
There's no judgment.
That's great.
No judgment here. And I think that's a lot of things. I think that there are a lot of people out there who are or do need recovery but are ashamed or scared of judgment or what their family's stigma, what their family's going to think, what their friends are going to do, their job. And I hear that. But at the end of the day, do you want to live or you want to die?
Yeah.
Because that's what it comes down to.
And if they don't think that people know
their pain, their struggle,
they're going through a struggle, a lot of them know.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you giving us this educational opportunity for our community and those who watch this to understand, because it is important for those out there that need help, a place to go for detox or for any kind of mental health issues. There are people here that are concerned about you. And if you can just share the number one more time.
860-447-1717, extension 1 for central access.
That is SCADD.
SCADD.
47 Coit Street in New London, Connecticut. Thank you for tuning in to Rollin with Nolan. Have a nice day.